a
the
book.
the confidence of average. It's just, what's up? Sorry, is it Bronco?
Yeah, I, for some reason, your video came up when you're talking about boomers and Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And first of all, what does RTP stand for?
I used to be a professional sports
We like
bettor, and
sports.
it was riding the pine, and then did politics. I just never changed my name.
And when I saw that video about the boomers and Bill O'Reilly, I saw that you were live. So I came up here and I've sit through here for the last two of your guests. And it seems like since they were opposition, you just ganged up on them and over talked over them and didn't let them speak. And I saw they were rude, they were obnoxious. I admit that, but and it seems like to me that first of all, I'm a boomer. I was born in '64, and I'm assuming I'm looking at you and you probably what are you about 19, 20 years old?
Damn, I'm 38.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You look young.
Thank you though, bro. That was kind. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And like I said, I was born in '64, so I'm 59 years old. And what I, the thing is, I see on these liberal lives is your children. You do not know. You speak a lot, and you think you have a lot of knowledge, but you're
Okay, well,
basically
correct me then.
children.
Then to
Correct me then,
have a
Bronco.
conversation about something. Take a position and let's debate
Okay,
and
I want
see
to
who
point,
knows something about
I
something.
actually, I
Bronco.
actually,
Bronco, hold on. Now it's our turn a little bit because we let you talk. I want to point out you had plenty of time to talk. The only reason those guys got shouted over, the first guy literally came in yelling about crack and Hunter Biden. He just started screaming about Hunter Biden. The second guy came in yelling. You didn't come in yelling. Do you see how all we do is match energies? We're talking quiet and calm to you. We can have a conversation. We're not afraid to have a conversation. But what I'm not going to do is have somebody come up here and just scream over me on a platform that Felice and I have worked really, really hard on. You
okay,
know, like people
I
don't show
respect
up to hear the screaming shirtless guys. I'd love to have a conversation with you. That's fine. Like I used to be conservative. I come from a conservative family. So does Felice.
Yeah, I heard you apologize to your aunts and uncles and all that that are boomers. I remember that part in that.
Yeah.
Okay, just one quick question about the border. What is your take on the border?
My
Because
take on the
I have a
oh,
story to tell you about the border and
Oh,
the
not
migration.
anecdotes.
what do you mean? What's my take?
I
What?
mean,
Can
do
you be
you
more
think there's a
specific with that
crisis?
question?
Do you think there's a crisis
Yeah.
at the border? Okay, okay. Like I said, I'm 59 years old. I am tomorrow will be 3 weeks out from hip replacement surgery. I have insurance, but I'm still going to be paying about 7,000 out of pocket on top of my insurance for this
Yeah.
hip replacement surgery. Now, the job that I work at was very diverse. We have all kinds of ethnicities working at my place of employment. I told my Mexican, I'm just going to say he's from Mexico, told him what I'm going to be out for about 8 to 10 weeks with this surgery. And he said, "What do you haven't
You
done?" I go,
told me you're Mexican? What is
"No,
that even?
my
Who are
no,
you referring to?
my coworker. He's happens to be
Oh, okay,
Mexican."
your
Okay.
coworker
Yeah, I
who
told him.
also happens to be Mexican?
Yeah, he's from Mexico.
I think Bronco, you were maybe gonna say like
Is
my
are you saying
Mexican
he's
coworker or my
ethnically
Mexican friend. But I think
Oh,
you just forgot to
he is
finish
my
the
best
sentence.
friend. He's one
Okay.
of my best friends that I'm half Mexican, so I speak a little bit of Spanish, and we can. He doesn't speak much, so we can communicate. Anyway, the thing I wanted to tell you is, I told you no, I'm having a hip replacement surgery. I'll be out 8 to 10 weeks. And he said, he asked me, what are you going to be out for? I said, I'm having hip replacement surgery. He said, oh, really? My cousin just had that done. He said, it's really tough the first week to 10 days. He said, the funny thing is, he got it done. He crossed the border illegally 9 months ago. He had the same surgery I had.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. Yeah. Oh, I probably got a call.
How did he
One,
cross the border
I got a
illegally into
phone call. I'm sorry.
Mexico? What do you mean by he crossed the border?
He came into the United States illegally and got the same procedure done that I did for nothing. So
No,
I'm
there's
asking
no
you,
way that's true.
absolutely
No,
it's true. I
No,
know what
it's
I
not.
how?
heard.
You just made
Hold
this
on, real quick,
story up.
Bronco. How would that have happened? Did he just walk into the doctor's office and say, "Give me the surgery," and the doctor's like, "Are you American?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Great news, it's free."
No,
Think about this.
he,
How
They
did that
do
happen? Just
emergency. The Hippocratic Oath says do no harm. If someone's dying, you triage them. They do not do elective hip replacements for free in America. Stop.
oh my gosh, man! Why? I've told the story several times and nobody seems to believe me.
because
But
it does. How
I
would it
have,
work, Bronco?
I've
How? No,
seen it.
Bronco. Hold on. Let me ask a
He
question.
went to
How?
a
Just
clinic.
explain how he did it. How
He
did
went
he? How?
he went to a clinic,
Okay.
saw a doctor. The doctor said, "You need hip replacement surgery after the x rays." Referred him to an orthopedic surgeon. The orthopedic surgeon said, "Yes, you do need hip replacement. You need this done."
And
He
they just
got
didn't
it
charge
done.
him.
They didn't charge him because he didn't have
Well, that's on
insurance.
them then. If this story was true, which it's not, that would be on
It's
them. They
not
can give away
true.
their
It
services for
doesn't
free
make
if they want
sense.
to. But
Why would
And
what's
let me
the
tell you
problem
something,
here?
because you're saying you're half Mexican. I don't think anyone who is of Mexican. I'm half indigenous Mexican, right? So you're not, your ethnicity is not Mexican, right? That's a nationality, that's a country. You can be of Spanish descent because of Spanish colonization, right? You know what I'm saying here? If you're indigenous, I think you consider Mexicans brown people. So that those would be the indigenous ones, right? And I
okay?
am half indigenous Mexican. And if I was going to get hip replacement surgery, I would do it in Mexico.
Way
Even
cheaper.
if I had insurance here, I would do it in Mexico where it's just as good and it's cheaper. You have no idea what you were talking about. Nobody from Mexico would come to America to get a hip
He
replacement.
didn't
People
come
come
here
from
just for
America
that.
to Mexico to get hip replacements.
But
You don't know what you're saying, but
he didn't
that was a
come
great
here
story you made
just
up.
for he didn't come here just for a hip replacement. He was here for a while.
That's the story you said. You said he snuck in here illegally for a hip replacement.
You're
That's
changing
So
that
not what I
story now,
said.
that
Bronco?
you told
That's
us
not
that
what I said.
story.
But
I said he
maybe it's not
came
what you
into this.
meant, Bronco, but it is
No,
what you
no,
said. So do you want to
he
clarify now?
no. I said he came into this country illegally 9 months ago. 3 months ago, he had the
No, you
surgery
didn't say.
done.
Oh my God.
It doesn't
That's
matter. But
exactly what I said.
anyways, Bronco, what would be what loophole what do you think he's using? Do you think that in our country, if you are not here legally, you get free hip replacements? Is that the claim you're making?
They get free health care, don't they?
No.
They get free money, don't they?
No.
No.
No, these are all lies that you've been told and now you're repeating. I'm pretty sure you made this story up. Because
Absolutely
it doesn't
not.
because it sounds like every other made up story we've ever heard that's exactly the same. This is the problem. This
Why
is
would
why
I
I
make
this hold on,
something up
Bronco,
like that?
Bronco, hold on. You
You don't
talked
think that
Bronco,
happened?
Bronco, you talked for a very long time, and now it's my turn. And then if Felice wants to
Okay.
talk, it's her turn. But you've talked the most. I want to point out you asked me about the border, and then you brought up an anecdotal story that one, nobody believes is true, but two, it like if it was true, that would mean the doctors gave that service for free. We do not offer free healthcare for people who are here illegally. That's not a thing. That's why the video that you saw that brought you here sparked your interest, is because your generation was brought up on like Walter Cronkite, and when the people you trusted told you things, you believed it, and you should, because they were telling you the truth. But guess what? Now the people you listen to, they're lying to you every single day, and you're taking the same level of skepticism and just buying into it. You're completely educated by right-wing liars and probably Facebook posts. Everything you just said, not true.
Okay, now is she gonna roast me?
Well, yeah. Here's my thing, because since we're doing personal anecdotal stories, I would like to tell a story. One of my friends, right? Like I live in Arizona, which is a border state. So does Jay. I grew up here. Like I said, I'm half indigenous Mexican. I have many, like one of the things that happens in Arizona when you're growing up here is you have deportation parties, right? There are many people are here and aren't citizens of the United States for various reasons. Some are seeking asylum, whatever. Anyways, basically I had a friend who and now he lives in Germany. He was not a citizen of America, went to high school here, everything. But literally same thing you're saying his mother needed a surgery. She was here. The reason she's no longer in the United States is because she needed a serious surgery that was I mean, I don't want to, I think it's classified as elective surgery. It's not a hip replacement, but it's something similar. And she went to Mexico to get it because she could not just get a free surgery as you believe here, and then couldn't come back, and now is separated from her family probably for the rest of her life because of that. You have no idea what's going on in this country.
Okay. So, like, I don't want to be that guy that yells and screams. I don't want to be like that. But I'm saying
We
that,
appreciate that.
I myself, in my heart of hearts, believe that story. And if you think that it's Walter
Wait, why?
Cronkite,
Do you have any evidence that
I
that story's
have,
true?
I have
No, no.
the
Do you have
It's
word.
allegedly
evidence?
his friend, but he
I just
believes, yeah.
this is where we run into problems with
Oh
MAGA and
man,
boomers.
jeez,
You just said you believe, and I'll give you a chance to explain. I just want a clarifying question. You said you believe in your heart of hearts. I don't give a shit about your heart. Your heart doesn't think. I care only about one thing, and it's evidence. Do you have evidence that that story's true, or do you just believe it?
I believe my friend and I believe his cousin because I met him.
So
Okay.
no, you don't have evidence
Now
then.
there's a cousin. Now it's a cousin, not a
I
friend. Do you see
no,
where we're going
Wait,
here?
hold on. Let's just.
I
I just want to make
know.
sure. I just want to make sure, Bronco. I just want to make sure.
I
You
made it
talked to two
perfectly
different
clear
Bronco. Hold on.
that it
I'm
was
asking
my
you a question.
friend's
It
that I
doesn't
work
matter.
with
That doesn't matter,
cousin.
Bronco. That doesn't matter. I'm
She
asking you,
took it the
Bronco.
wrong
We're
way.
trying to stay. Shush, please. Shush. You believed two people. What I'm asking is, do you have? And this is a yes or no question. Do you have any evidence that that's true outside of just talking to them?
You mean like documentation,
Sure.
pictures?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying, Bronco. The difference between me as a non-boomer and the boomers that I was making fun of this morning is that you guys believe stories and narratives, and you told us this story to talk about the border, which doesn't make any sense. Like, how does this have anything to do with the border other than you said somebody came here illegally? The crisis that we're currently having at the border that you asked me about is not about illegal immigration. It's about asylum seekers. It's about legal immigration. The current problem that we have at our border is people are coming here legally and we don't have the resources to take care of them because Republicans keep saying, we're not going to give you anything unless Donald Trump wins.
Okay. I think I'm gonna just go.
Yeah, that's what you boomers do. You check the fuck
No,
out every time you don't have an answer to something. This is
that's
why
not.
in my video I told you guys that your turn's over. You 37 trillion in debt. That's you. That's your generation. All the problems we have with college tuition, that's you. That's your generation. And you guys still have the audacity to show up and tell us what we don't know. You guys have been completely duped by a criminal con man because you were raised to believe the news and you were raised to believe that the conservatives were the good guys. And they're not, Bronco. Right now, they're not. And you don't have anything to refute that. And so you're going to leave and you're not going to think about any of this. You're not going to change your mind. You're going to go back into your MAGA hellhole and you're going to keep repeating these stories like they mean anything to anybody. We have problems in this country. Nobody has time for your stories.
Yeah, man. See, this is exactly why I didn't want to come on here
Then don't
because
come up next time. I don't know what to tell you. Toughen up, boomer. I thought we were the fragile generation. You can't even stand on your own 2 feet and make an argument right now.
I told you a story,
Yeah, that's
and
not an
you
argument.
just
It's a story.
blew up, and that's what these liberal lives do.
No, we don't care about your stories. We want
Opposition.
data. We want data. We do not care about your emotions, your heart, or your stories because guess what? People lie. I don't know you. Anybody could be lying. Thank you guys for the gifts. I want you to have a conversation like a grown up where we don't just sit here and talk about how things made us feel and stories. I want you to know facts so we can have a conversation about something, but you don't know enough to have a conversation about something. Like, you want to talk about the border? Let's talk about the border, but let's talk about it with statistics and data instead of your feelings.
Okay. Have a good day, guys.
You too, brother. Be well.
The way he said okay, didn't that sound like Dale?
You have Dale
It did. It
flashbacks.
kind of sounded like Dale. Dale, was that you? Where's Dale? I haven't seen him in the comments. That could have been Dale. We don't know. But yeah, that's what it is. It's not we're not I'm not we're not full of rage like for no reason. It's just, well, for me again, it's insulting my intelligence. It's saying it's the same problem I have with debate. Like it's is every idea worth debating? Those are the actual ideas, not even to say random anecdotal stories. You want me to sit here and have a smile on my face quietly while you spread misinformation and disinformation. Like
Yeah, it's like
that's
somebody
gonna be
burning.
hard for me to stomach.
It's like somebody burns down your house, and then like you're sitting there across the street, and they're like, "Yeah, it's probably the wiring." It's like, no, you burnt down the house. Like boomers, take like you guys got to shut up for a while. It's not your turn anymore. You had your chance. We see the results. Be quiet for a while. Listen to somebody else.
Yeah, they still believe in the myth of trickle down economics. Like it's absolutely absurd. And yeah, and that a lot of what he was saying, I just have to say, personally, as a real half indigenous Mexican, right? Like that is hard to stomach. Like you don't know anything about anything. So like I can't tell you, it's not just one person I know that is now stuck in Mexico separated from their family because they needed a surgery. That's to it's
Yeah.
delusional to say that. Like come up with a better lie.
Let me read some. But I did like that he's like, "What are you, 19?" That made me feel good. Reading some comments for RTP. Whatever. Hi, Felice.
Hi.
SD SDH. What's SDH?
I feel like I
Now
should
who?
know.
Now we're the boomers. Somebody in the
Oh
chat
my
helps. What's
God.
SDH?
It's not, I just so you guys know, I my brain is a little slow today, so I'm not processing information as fast as
Shaking
usual.
damn head. Okay.
Shaking damn,
Shout out. Somebody said I'm boomer and not MAGA. Shout out to all
so
the
dang
boomers.
hot. Oh, so damn hot.
So damn hot.
Thanks. Oh, I love
Shout out the
it.
boomers who are still here and still have an open mind and are still learning. Shout out to all of you. I wish the rest of the boomers gave you a better
It's
name.
not about generations. Yes, like all we need to do, and truly, like I've said this before, but I haven't said it for a while, so I'm just gonna say it again. Like I consider my worst fear, like the true death. I believe, like you can die and still be alive, and that is when the true death is when you stop learning. Right? You know how sharks can't stay in the same place. They have to have water running over their gills so they can get oxygen. Like we all need to keep moving forward, keep learning, keep growing. When you stop taking in new information, when you stop learning, you're as good as dead. You may give up. It's over at that point. Like it doesn't matter how old anyone is. Like I just want to make that clear. You can be 80 and or you can be 23, and when you stop learning, when you say I have learned enough, I don't need to grow, I don't need to learn, I don't need to take in new information and make changes, give up at that point. That's why these people are so angry.
Don't talk about that anymore. By the way, I have a few more comments to read. Those that are in the box, we're just taking opposition. If you're not opposition, will you just help us out and pop out of the box? Let me read these comments. Grammar Hole says, I'm homesick today watching you on YouTube. You both look beautiful on my big TV. I like the big TV flex there, and thank you.
Yeah, if you want to watch us on YouTube, you can watch it on your giant big screen TV and see our adorable faces. Follow us on YouTube if you haven't.
Dustin said James needs some guided meditation in a rubber room.
And
Everybody
he's like
needs.
that every day, actually.
God damn.
Every time I've ever seen James, he's screaming like that.
Then Dustin said, sorry guys, I was late on the comments. Then Dustin said what Mark is doing is a cop out. Pay attention in the back. I agree. Like I'm so tired of the cop out. Like everybody's bad, both sides. You saw Felice's eyes when we brought her eyes rolled all the way to the back of her head.
Mhm.
Then Dustin said, I'm sure Bronco has a valuable take on the Mesa, but the anecdotal experience of age doesn't have value without real information. Two more. Mike says, will you guys ask any boomer that calls younger generations children if they think they themselves were children at 38? That's fair. Well, in fairness, he thought I was 19.
We're all still children. The only thing I learn as we
God's
get older
children.
is none of us know anything about anything. That's what true intelligent people realize as they learn more and more. The more you know, the more you realize, oh, there's so much more to know. And